An Egyptian princess. Once there lived a very beautiful princess in the land of Egypt. She was the daughter of a great pharaoh who wanted her to be married to a great prince. She was so beautiful, yet no one wanted to stay close to her after 10 days. Everyone was sore afraid whoever comes closer to her at the 10th day. As she was cursed when she was 5 years old by a witch who sought revenge from her father. The witch cursed the girl, saying that every man who comes close to her and be friend with her, on the 10th day, her form will transform into an old lady full of wrinkles and no dew on her face, and the men will never withstand her and run away from her. The father was so upset by the curse. He called many magicians, sorcerers, wizards, and monks from distant lands to break the curse, but nothing availed before the power of the curse. The curse was so powerful, every time someone tried to break the curse it became even stronger. Everyone spoke that it will take God itself to break the curse. It will take the blood of the innocent to revert the curse. An innocent man who is willing to give up himself for the woman so that she may be delivered from the curse. The wise men of the kingdom suggested the princess to go to the mountains of Himalayas to seek deliverance, all alone. She set on the journey towards the Himalayas from Egypt. On the journey she moved towards the north, taking all the supplies and disguising herself in ordinary human. But it was impossible to hide her glory. She walked and passed through the villages, valleys, gorges, rivers and mountains, with no companion. She, while taking this journey, desperately wanted a companion and prayed to the God that he would grant her, a loving and daring man. God was secretly listening to her prayers and was following her, in the journey. She met an old lady passing through the jungle, and the old lady asked her a loaf of bread. The princess gave her the bread with delight and also milk and honey. The old lady was stunned at the largeness of her heart and kindness. The old lady blessed her and became her companion and wanted to journey with her unto the Himalayas. The princess reluctantly agreed and spoke with her kindly. The 10th day was approaching, and the princess was sore afraid that the old lady would see her and dislike her and leave her, as she was so ugly to look at. The two women walked and marched forward, and the old lady asked her that why the princess set towards the Himalayas. The princess was shocked to know that old lady was aware that she was a princess. She said that she had a curse upon her that would stop her from having love in her life and marrying a man. The old lady said that it is absolutely terrible to live life without someone who cares and loves. The young woman began to sob, saying she has been waiting for a man who would love her with all the curse and its effects. The old lady felt compassionate and hugged the young lady and said that on this journey, she would surely find her companion at it was night. The young lady slept in the bosom of the old lady, and she never felt so loved and cared for, in the palaces of his father. Next day when the young woman woke, and she saw a man of fine appearance hunting a tiger who was trying to kill an innocent deer. He shot an arrow in the leg of the tiger and it fell, and the deer was spared. However, the man was compassionate towards the tiger and helped him heal. The princess was sore amazed that tigers listened to him and at the kind and large heart of the man. His appearance looked majestic, yet he had meekness to be kind to the worthless. She immediately fell in love with him. She followed the man and sought him and gave him a drink. The man was astounded by the sight of a young virgin in the jungle. He asked her why she was roaming in such dreaded forest. She told him that she is marching towards the Himalayas. He asked her name and she called herself Elena Miriam Hina Aksa. Young man called himself Marcus. Marcus needed to go to find the elixir of love in the north. He wanted this elixir to have peace and love among his fellow kingdoms. However, he revealed his reason of quest to Elena. So, they marched together. Elena helped every creature in her way. She had so much love in her heart, and it oozed out of her and healed all that were injured on the way. One day Marcus was bitten by an insect and he screamed in pain. Elena immediately put out the poison and the young man was spared. This journey brought them even more close, and now it was the 10th day. The young princess ran away from Marcus, and in the morning, Marcus became desperate, not seeing Elena around. He began to search her and soon found her in the cave. She hid herself in the cave and requested Marcus to not look at her this day. Marcus was so much in pain, as he also began to love her and wanted to know what pained his beloved that she could not face him. Marcus saw her and was dumbfounded. He saw her, yet he was not repelled by her. He sat close to her and hugged her ugly form and wanted to know the reason behind her curse. Elena spoke and narrated him everything. The young man felt so compassionate that he hugged her tightly and cried over the misery and loneliness she suffered all these years. When Elena learnt that Marcus too loved him, she innately decided to leave him, as she knew that her lover has to give himself up to remove the curse. She loved Marcus so much that she silently left that night so far that he would not be able to find. Marcus, in the morning, began to seek her again. Crying and sighing for his beloved, he decided to give up his life, as he could not live without his beloved. He stabs himself and gives up his spirit for his Elena. When the sacrifice was given, the curse was lifted, and it was 10th day, and Elena did not transform into an old woman full of wrinkles. She knew that it was Marcus who gave his spirit for her sakes. She runs back and found him dead and cold. She sobs at the dead body of her beloved. She cried to the high heavens to return Marcus back to her. The God of heavens asked Marcus' soul to go back and live with her or not. Marcus immediately agreed and began his journey back to his body. It took him 6 days to pass the hurdles of the way to come back to his body. The God of heavens resurrected him and gave him to his beloved. Later Marcus told that an old lady met him and asked him to go north and he will find an elixir of love. His love for Elena and him giving up for her, was actually the love in the heart of a man, which is an elixir, and this love would sustain the kingdoms and humanity for centuries. Marcus and Elena loved each other and reigned with love as an elixir in their heart. He had peace and love with their neighbors, and prosperity reigned in their kingdom.